I'm representing here Young Innovators Network. It's a team. Unfortunately, you get the face like this, but it's a big team behind it. Lot of hard work behind it. I'm gonna give you the philosophy first. I repeat it again. I repeat it in the morning. It's a passion-driven, interactive, and experiential learning environment for young minds. We ask in the morning, what's your passion? And you believe or not, you like or not, Luke cannot leave his drone alone. It's not a complaint. This is a fact. Some people has a compulsion. They want to check on something, cricket, anything. And we don't take, we use the games to teach kids. We use the cricket to teach them. We use this to teach them the top quality concepts, but through interaction, through experience. If I give you a half an hour lecture, which I'm trying to give you now, half an hour lecture on body alert, you won't get the message. Within 10 minutes of run around, you know that. What's the focus mean? That's what I'm not expecting from you, but that's what your kids need. That's what your kids need. And whatever the system we put them in to learn, it's a perfect system, but it will only produce a systematic employment. It won't make them a leaders, but you dreaming about here. We are all living here to get our kids good life. But what we are doing, we are looking only for good job. Good job is no guarantee they will have good life. Firstly, then you need to learn what's a life, and then you need to get onto the life pattern. So you say job is a part of the life. That's not the life. I can go on and on in this, but I need to skip this to get to the message across in 10 minutes. So what's the philosophy we use? That's the mission statement. That's the target we do. We use the 3 E's to get this. The first one is, this is a little bit parenting lesson for you as well. Just the 10 minutes. The first step is engagement. Okay? The first lesson is the engagement. You need to engage with the kid. The example I tried to give it to you today. The 7 years old, 6 years old, how I went on knees and I load on my intellect and my patience, everything I need to go to their level so I can get into his world. And at the moment, we're replacing that with this, giving them a TV, cartoon. Say, look, I don't have a time, but we have. So the first level is we engage with them as a group. Parent, the mentors, and as a group, the Innovative Network. The second level, which is all we do them, encourage. We don't say them the word don't. We don't say stop. We say, wow, you picked that spoon by yourself? That's great. That's all we do. If they do break a glass, we clean quietly and move on. We don't criticize them. So the second lesson what we do, second step we do is encouragement. Just the encouragement. All the bad words, you got it in the morning. Kids didn't get anything like that. We don't give them. That's why on Thursday night, in a cold night, 6 to 9, without any food, they were playing games, but they were learning networking. And nobody wants to go home. You make them to read any book for 10 minutes, they won't do it. Because always they say to them, do this, do that. We never engage and encourage. It's like you buy a plant from the nursery and you ask it, grow, grow, grow. Never touch the soil, never deal the filth, and we are expecting the fruit. Without dealing the filth, you can't have a fruit, unfortunately. You have to look after the root to get the fruit. So that's what we're doing. The third step, which is where we fit purely in, is the environment. You believe it or not, we can't teach kids anymore. I gave up. But I want to make sure our kids learn. Their learning is important, our teaching is no matter at all. In this century, in this time, We are using 150 years old school system, even in Australia. Kids crying. I can learn from this website. I learned myself this too. He's saying, the teacher teaching, I already know it. So I say, in our culture, we never say wrong to teacher. So he say, so I put him on a website. I said, show me what you do. So I engage with him. When I saw, I said, wow, you did that 2-line code and it worked. I encouraged him. I paid for the subscription. He won the laptop last year. That clicked my mind. So all you need to do is very simple teaching. Give them the environment. Just keep encouraging. Making sure they are in a guarded path. That's what we are doing in there. In our learning studio, we don't have classes, we don't have homework, we don't have pass, we don't have fail. There's no goal, just a passion. And every one of them has some passion. We have a robotics genius. Come on. So we're moving forward. So in this term, what we did, I got it. Thank you. In this term, that was our pilot project. All this invented in the last 2 months. I've been working on this for 9 years, but last 2 years I was doing one pilot project. Last 2 months I was involved in a purely in. What we're doing moving forward, this term we did about 7 activities to learn everything. This is our first physical activity. So we learn a lot. We need to improve a lot. I can see that. We did a coding class. We did a networking class. I'm using because they are not here. They are not listening. After that, we also did a cybersecurity workshop, webinar, and we also did a lot of on active learning. This next 3 months, these are the things we are going to do. We are offering this. We are not pushing anything, anybody. You like the journey, you like the train, hop on. Okay? And there's no anything you are bound to do. Next 3 months, we are focusing on to make some sort of financial stability for this so we can move forward. How did I learn about it? Dr. Fawaz started a robotics and we stuck with because we had to buy some kits. And I didn't want parents, I didn't have the courage to ask parents, give me something because we don't charge anything for it. This is all volunteer. 14 volunteers, out of them, there are 6 doctors, PhDs. They are supporting us all the day in, day out. There are a lot of stories. So we are working on next term to make sure we have a proper plan, we properly structure it. And there is no president, there is no the chairman and anything. We are all volunteers. We have one coordinator. He'll be keep rotating. Okay. Rest we have kids. Let's say we participant. Then we have parents. Okay. Then we have mentors. What 2 people we are looking? Some sponsorship. It can be from anywhere. And the second thing we are looking for is the collaborators. The people who are already doing something, but they never thought they can do with the kids. So we are doing, we need to work. Like if you have an institution, you never thought in the evening, we give this to kids, they can do whatever they want to do. And we run the show because we don't have resources what they got. Like robotic workshop, we need lab where they can do things. We don't have it. So we need a collaborative, collaborators who can do it. From the workshop point of view, we are doing virtualization workshop to teach them how to use computer for more than people who are in IT, they know it. Then we are doing a coding class for the primary kids. Then Shamin is doing the HTML and CSS class. I'm doing smart learning skills. And the second thing I'm doing Google for Studies. I devoted my 2 hours every week. On Fridays, I'm gonna be online for these kids to run small segments of these workshops. What I hear on the bottom line from action point of view is to, you can put your hand up, take your time. We already requested people who want to be a mentor. Whatever they're doing, 2 things I want to emphasize on. Number 1, you are doing for a passion. Never ever we're gonna ask you something which you don't like to do. So if you have a passion, you just do it. Because passion makes you stand here for long without making you tired. But if you're out of comfort zone, means you're doing a job. Okay? So the second thing I want to say, It's not only at the moment it look like a tech club. We only do IT, but soon we're gonna have all sorts of people. We have psychologists. She's planning to join and help kids to be too good at. And similarly, we're gonna get from people on medic. Anybody come, mentor come. We offer the service. We get the 5 kids. We start a program. Okay. There are a few more things I'm saying. So far, number 3 is a fully organic. We don't support. You saw that. That's what we're gonna. And we are trying to do everything digital to keep it economical. And that's about it. So from the action point of view, did I miss anything, Akhtar? Is you need to, the opportunities there, yes? Yes, we've put a form down, which I'm gonna share again. We put a form down where what your kids needs is, or what you can offer to the community. Look, I'm very good at that. It can be start with a small 15-minute presentation. And if there's few kids say, I want to learn that. Then if you have 5 kids, we make sure we provide the environment to you and the kids. Simple. There's no other way. You need to take small steps. If you make big plans, big talk, no practical steps, we end up with somewhere broken car without engine. Any question? Any question, any concern, anything I couldn't explain well? It's a new concept and it doesn't involve any teaching. It's a mentor-based program where you just engage, encourage, and provide the environment. And the same can be used as a parent. We're gonna do some workshop, online workshop, parenting as well. So you come on board because whatever we do, weekly basis, 3-4 hours, if you don't support at home, then it won't work. I have a lot of stories. I mean, I can share their capacity. Otherwise, their buddies will be cartoon and games. That's all I see myself. Yes. Yeah, please.
At the moment you're running this in Cape Town, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Is there any plan to run this in urban or Mount Druitt so that people from all those areas, because it's pretty far for them to drop and pick their kids?
Excellent. So what I'm saying is, it's a beautiful question. The thing is, what did you need? What do you need? Kids, mentor, program, and environment, right? These are the 4 things you need. Kids can be anywhere. Correct what you said. They can be in Mount Druitt. Okay. Mentor, if he's a passionate, he can be anywhere. He can put a hand. I can go there. So this is sorted. The third one is the space part. Many program doesn't need a space, but if we need to, then things mostly can be transported. But we can't put hand. This is our incubator right at the moment. We're testing everything easier because this is our comfort zone. But it doesn't mean I don't like to travel. So what you need, if you get a person, we can produce a person there, or we can train him over the internet and he can run themselves. Because this is not specialized. Half of the time I'm using YouTube to teach them. And in the YouTube, they're learning from the professor from the California. Okay, Khan Academy, where half of my kids learning programming, is run by a Bengali brother who's sitting in somewhere in the US. So all I need to make sure I follow the rules of these 3 steps in Mount Druitt. All I make sure everybody got a laptop, they bring it there. So this is not a challenge at all. It's a matter of the commitment. Okay, we are in there. We're gonna do it. So space, I'm already working with one guy in Queensland. He said, teach me how Queen are running. I say, it's very simple steps. Get the kids, advertise around, start with the 1 person. That's the lesson I got from the Dr. Kuram. 1 person is a big number, and that will be the first you and the second. The rest you will follow, see. In 2 months, we got 30 people here.
Okay. Thank you, Shakaloy. Just to give him a bit of break as well. He's been talking for a while. He's tired now. My understanding, coming in as a professional from a TAFE environment and teaching environment for last 16, 17 years, and coming in to a program where we are supporting the kids and working for it. When Shafulbhai told me first time, I said, oh, okay, I'll come in once and have a look at it, what it is. I had no idea. I came in first time. It was just a program where they were organizing and talking about what is the activities we're going to go for in the holidays. And I enjoyed it. Same thing with my daughter. As you guys would have noticed, she is very quiet lady. She doesn't want to participate. She doesn't want to talk. So I encouraged her to come in as well. And she came in for one class where Shaman delivered the coding class. And she sat in it and she said, Dad, I want to be part of this group. Now this is a success story I'm sharing with you. Really, it's not about the instructor or the mentor who's leading the class. It's not about that. It's about how did they experience. And at the same time, when I run my session of the networking and gaming session, the feedback that I received from the kids was amazing, mind-blowing. It wasn't that I had to make a lesson plan for half an hour or 2 hours for it beforehand coming in. It was on the fly. Okay guys, what we want to do? They say we want to have fun. No worries. We go have fun. So I let them play the games a little bit and then explain it, what we did. Why did we did it? How it worked. Talk about the IP. And Gulzar has been in my classes as well. When we talk about the IP, we actually bore them to hell.
Close, quickly. We got a queue, people should stand.
You have to tell me that we've got the queue.
Nah, that's how we're gonna do it.
No worries. So what I'm trying to establish here, like Dr. Kenny asked, can we have this program in different areas? Of course we can. But what we need is some people who has got a fire up their bum. That's what we need. Passion. He used the term politely, passion. I use the fire of the bum. That's what we need. If we have got it, we're gonna get where we wanna get. Shaman.
So I don't know. So I'm from this generation, so I can understand, a lot of the times just sitting there and reading a book isn't all we want to do in life, especially with IT. IT is the next field. I'm pretty sure it's a medicine of this generation where IT is considered a big thing, And a lot of the times, the kids nowadays don't know how to type properly. They don't know how to use a computer properly because they haven't been used to the environment. Because the preconceived notion is that computers and, all the things are wasted of time, games are a waste of time. But, learning and studying off books is considered a great thing, which is a great thing. But, nowadays kids want to learn, they want to be able to investigate with their hands. So I would highly recommend you guys to send your kids and let them discover things. They might not become world-class engineers, or they might, but it's all about investigating this current present so they can be incredible in the future, right? So I would highly recommend you guys come into this and support it, because everything needs support to flourish, and your kids will flourish as well. I've taught your kids HTML and CSS, and I hope to teach them incredible things because I know a lot of languages, and all languages will help them out in the future. And I hope you guys do support it because it'll be incredible. Honestly, if they can learn something from today, they can teach kids in their class. Because if they can know how to type, they can teach kids in their class, and they'll become teachers' favorites. So please do support it, and thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Shamin. That's really great. I really like anybody wants to do, we got running out of time. I do 2 housekeeping things and we close this team. The one is, I repeat that again, is a passion driven. It's a very, very important. If you don't have passion, that's not the train you hop on there, because passion will drive, which is in our language we say maza. If you don't get it, that one, you had a 10 minutes thing. When the people who are fully in, I could see their face, like when they had an interaction falling on each other. That was the moment I enjoyed the most, because he didn't care how old I am. He said, I got a job and I'm going to throw myself 100%. Okay, sometimes you hurt, doesn't matter, but you had that maza. The people who eat dahi bade, they know that. They do CC, but they keep eating it. That is the thing I want every day. I don't want a job where I just look at Monday to Friday and say, look, okay, when are we going to get the life of Saturdays? That is the purpose I put on Friday night. So with that 2-day life, I will give you some kind of new ideas to kids as the parent as well. So then from here, I just want to acknowledge everybody. What you're seeing, what are the words I'm speaking, they're coming from all of the people are standing here except the 2 people we met today. But this was invented by Dr. Khurram Kiani. He planted last November. He did. We've been to there, we experienced it, we enjoyed it. and say, look, go for it. Then, thanks to the Gulzar, he's a force behind me. Brother Zakar helped me a lot. Brother Quram, he's always in, okay. And Brother Zulfkar, he's teaching me something to look at the Quran in a new angle. I never experienced that before. Brother Zahar taught me how to be good at the social media. What I'm trying to say, Dr. Gulzar Khan, he's been behind me for a long time. We need to do something. And brother, I've been friend Akhtar for a long time, but I didn't know his passion. He was doing by himself too much, and he's somewhere. I said, look. So I said, we reactivated. Now he's quite a force. You saw it as well. He doesn't hold himself back. And these kids are inspiration for me. So whatever you see is coming bit period anyway. Unfortunately, you see on me here because that's the role Allah gave me. But I'm loved to sit back because I have a throat infection problem and I have a compulsive talking disorder as well. So from the last thing is we send you one email. That's a feedback because most of people didn't get the chance to speak. But you still, if you want to say something, please say it. We're going to have a walk after that. I send you one email through Eventbrite. If you didn't register, you might not get it, but I send you separately. Please let me know. It's a small Google form. It has simply, I like the activity, I enjoy this much, this need to improve. We were going to read more into improvement side. 5 out of 5 won't make any, it is your own assessment. But I want to know what worked, what didn't work. And that's how we're going to learn. Anybody wants to say something before we move on to the walk? Brother Akhtar, you have the plan for the walk. Get this kid because kid's going to join. So if you want to say something, we have one thing at the end we need to do. Either you say it because we did a little bit, we are over 5 minutes over the planned time.